together for a while now, and going to REEK has taught us that we know everything about everyone. From the moment we stepped foot in the middle school area, exactly 876 days ago, we were already talking about getting out of middle school and graduating. And little did we know it, that day would come sooner than we expected. Now, here we are today, getting ready to go to high school and start all over again. Some of us here at REEK were closer than others, and some of us wanted to keep our distance. But whether we liked it or not, at the end of the day, we basically were a family. If you think about it, we have had our ups and downs, mostly ups, and we have bonded so much in the time going to REEK.
It's going to be a big change going to high school next year and not seeing the same 17 people all day long in whatever class, 180 days a year. But a lot of us are ready for some change, and although we will miss each other, all good things must come to an end. Every single person brought something new to the table every time. Whether you went to school for 1 year or you went to this school since 4K, you are always welcome, and we all had different character traits that made each and every one of us special in our own way. Let's take a trip down memory lane and look back on the funny, silly moments we had together and the different characteristics that made our class our class. Callan, the one that always misses the most school. I think it was 23 days, 1 year to be exact, but she always is working hard and is focused on school. Callan also always helps people. For example, when she brought me to a baseball game, I would say touchdown instead of home run. That's when Callan would step in and correct me every time. Callan always makes people happy and lightens up the classroom. In 10 years, Callan sees herself working as a therapeutic in the therapeutic industries.
Now, Lily has to be the most caring and kind person in the class. I think she makes the best decisions in all of us. I mean, I think she's the most mature. While we would be in the back of the classroom laughing about something really stupid, she would just sit back and be like, really guys? Lily cares so much for other people and always puts other people before herself. She also offers her fruits and vegetables in her garden to everyone. Not kidding. She's the best tasting watermelon anyone could eat all day. Lily always found a way to make people look at the positive. In 10 years, Lily sees herself as an interior designer.
Olivia. Oh, Olivia. She is the shortest person in the class, but is the loudest. She can make you laugh when you need it, or she makes you laugh at the wrong time. I think there was one time when Olivia said stop talking to the other kids, and then she continued talking. Olivia always helps people when they need it most, though with her here, the class would be boring. I think yeah, that's what it said. Though without her here, the class would be boring. I think we all miss her random badly cooked treats that she brought into class. In 10 years, Olivia sees herself working as a nurse practitioner.
It's an Abby thing. You just wouldn't understand. She would come to school with a new hair color every couple of months. Let me tell you, you would never know what color it was going to be next. She also always gave her opinion on things, and she would tell you what she thought, which was helpful most of the time. She also is the one that you could always count on with anything. In 10 years, Abby sees herself working in government.
Do you like chicken tendies? Well, we all know someone who does. You called it Evan Bernalis.
His brother.
He would come to school every day and say chicken tendies. Evan always had jokes up his sleeve. Like, I'm not kidding, there was a new joke almost every day. Also, his jokes would just make everyone laugh at any time of the day. In 10 years, Evan sees himself finishing up college.
Well,
10-year plan.
Victoria is one that gives the best hugs. There were many times in the 8 years she's been going to REEK that she just had to give someone a hug. And I think we could all count on Victoria for being there for us whenever we needed it. Victoria was also the most artsy one in the class. She was always working on sketches in class, even though she got in some trouble. Her art was amazing. I think we can all agree that she was the best drawer ever. In 10 years, Victoria sees herself somewhere in the art world because her passion is art.
Zach was the serious one in the class. He was always the one that was wanting to get straight down to business, but once in a while he would show a different side of him and always make you laugh. Some days you wouldn't even notice him, but others you definitely did. In 10 years, Zach sees himself as the President of the United States.
Grayson would always cheer you up no matter what, but whether you liked it or not, he was always there for you, even when you wanted him to leave you alone. Grayson was also one that was always trying to help out and be useful to other people. He's another kid that has been going to REAK since 3K. If you were having the worst day ever, Grayson would always cheer you up. That's what he was best at, cheering you up and making your day a little bit better. In 10 years, Grayson sees himself as a successful businessman.
Danny was always there to help. He was always there for you and had the most to say. He would give you his opinion on everything, whether you liked it or not. He was always there to listen, and he was a great friend. In 10 years, Danny sees himself as a SoundCloud rapper living in LA.
Charlie's one that always had something to say, good or bad. He was only with our class for 1 year, but he fit right in. Let me tell you, it felt like a long time. Charlie also had the best apologies, and he was always kind and caring and had very funny jokes. He also liked to hit golf balls onto the playground. There was a story to that. He would sit in gym class and we would be hitting golf balls outside, and he would hit them onto the playground. There was one time he almost hit a kid that was at recess. But Charlie was super sweet and he could always make you laugh. In 10 years, Charlie sees himself as a clothing designer for working at Foot Locker.
Sylvia was the quiet one. She was always minding her own business. Even though she wasn't at REAK for a long time as some of us, she fit right in. She always cared a lot and she had many different hilarious stories. In 10 years, Sylvia sees herself as an engineer of some sort.
Xander, the pro gamer. He could beat any one of us at any game ever. He was always playing games in class or out. Even though he got in some trouble, he was a really good gamer. Xander was one that you would have to get to know him in order to get on his good side. But when you were, then he was the sweetest kid ever. He had the kindest heart and he was always there to listen and talk to you. In 10 years, Xander sees himself as a pro gamer.
Ryan, the one that had the voice that could go any pitch you wanted it to go. He could sound like a man with a deep voice or a little girl that had the highest pitch voice. Ryan was the one that always was on Mrs. Narrod's nerve, but Ryan also cared a lot about others. He would always help you, whether it was homework that you didn't finish the night before or holding the door for you. You could always count on him. In 10 years, Ryan sees himself owning his own photography business and making a lot of money somewhere.
Evan L. He was the smart kid in the class. Even though he never bragged or told us he was smart, everyone knew. Through 7th grade, he might have been the quietest one in our class. But when he hit 8th grade, it was like he never stopped talking. I guess he was making up for lost time. Evan was also so humble though, and he never once would brag about how smart he was or how he would get A's on every single one of his tests. I once heard a song called Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw. That song reminds me a lot of Evan. He was always humble and kind. In 10 years, Evan sees himself as a pilot or somewhere in the air.
Tommy was the joke star of the class, always finding creative ways to help out and make you laugh. There was always something funny he would be saying that would make you laugh so hard when you were having the worst days. Tommy cares so much about how people are treated, and he is always there for you no matter what. Our class would be having cat fights every day if Tommy wasn't there to tell us that it was going to be okay and that we would figure it out some other way. In 10 years, Tommy sees himself as a professional musician or a chef.
I think we're all going to miss each other and our silly traits we brought to the table. The laughs, the cries, the getting in so much trouble for the stupidest stuff, the fun field trips, and the countless hours that we were together. I think we can officially say we've gone through it all. Not every class is close like ours, and although we've had our ups and downs, we are one big family, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Class, we will miss you, and we hope the best for you moving forward. It's time. The moment we've been waiting for. It's finally here. We are officially done. We are moving up in the world, and now we are freshmen. Kinda crazy, right? Class, thank you for the memories, fun times, and the amazing couple of years.